Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Battle Brothers, playing of course with the brand new Beast and Exploration DLC. Now before I go any further, I feel I should add a warning. I've tried out a handful of map seeds now since the DLC landed, and on virtually all but one of them, as soon as I'd been paid for defeating Hoggett the Weasel, I got literally hunted down by direwolves. It was like, Hoggett the Weasel is dead, direwolf posse, go! Hunt him down, attack! Now the thing about that is, Day 2 direwolves is a bit harsh, right? Because, look at it, we got a couple of people recovering from injuries. It's mainly the injuries that do it, and the damage to equipment. So, where shall we go now? I think, in the interest of maybe completing the ambition of visiting every settlement, I should go up this way. Wait. Village, Citadel. What's this? Okay, so that's there maybe work. I'm just going to quickly check that my microphone is loud enough and the game isn't too loud. That should hopefully be okay. Grand. Let's get moving. Do we need extra food? Roughly. No. We can pick some up at the next location, but they do like us here. But they've only got grain, and it helps to give our men a healthy, varied diet. However, there's a job available right here. Let's at least snag that before we go off. Raymond of Hornau's got a map of a cemetery on his desk. Half the plot squares appear to have been filled in with ink. Every square you see there has been robbed. Every night they come, and every night I can't seem to catch them. I'm at my wit's end here, so I've decided to end this once and for all. I want you to go to the graveyard and kill every grave robbing fool you see. Got it? Alright, let's talk money. He takes a deep breath. Very well, this is what I'm prepared to offer you. It's 530 crowns when the contract is done. You know what? It's day 2. 530 for a one skull contract is pretty good. We'll take it. We must secure the abandoned burial mounds. If they're abandoned. And they're just down there. This is perfect. Oh, sorry, got a bit of a sniffle here. I see recent animal tracks here. No, we don't. Okay. 35. 18. You know what? We don't want to lose anyone this early. Let's protect Venser. That is a nasty injury. Oh, great. Nachzeres. Crunching, munching, the snicker-snacker of someone or something enjoying a good meal. As you step through the cemetery, you stumble upon a clearing filled with Nachzeres. They're huddled over the remains of what appear to have been the grave robbers you are looking for. The hideous monsters slowly turn to you, their red eyes widening at the sight of fresh meat. If they've already feasted on the grave robbers, some of them may be quite emboldened. One could even say voracious. We have no idea how many there will be. Just dive right in. But it's okay, we got a crossbow. Hey, they're all normal. This is good. This is really good for now. So the Nachzeres were once known as ghouls in the game's early access period. Okay, we have a nice good position here on the hill. If we fall back up the hill ever so slightly, we might have an even better position, apart from the poor sod who ends up sitting here. Let's see. They're going to want to come up this way, I think. This way isn't as attractive to them. That's a good shot. So the thing with the Nachzerers is they will feed. They will feed on any corpse. They don't care if it's one of yours or one of theirs. They will eat. And as they gobble up bodies, they become more powerful than you could ever imagine. Well, actually, no, if you're familiar with the game, it's not that hard to imagine how much more powerful they can become. Alright. He cannot make it this round, so we're okay. Let's get you there. Now let them come. Now, the Nachzerers have a rather low morale. They will tend to flee if things are going badly for them. But, as I said, when they feed, they become braver, they become more dangerous. So the trick now, if I go here, they're going to want to get up there. So what if I go like this? Let's just level a spear at them. And another, and hop down to here. This time we'll fire a crossbow at this ghoulish individual here. The trick here is to spread the damage around so they don't have bodies to feed on just yet. That is a potentially risky move, but let's do it. Oh, there we are. Yep, should have pulled back up the hill. Interesting, they are completely avoiding contact. So let's give them some. That is really bad. But okay. Let's get up here. The arm or leg, that is pierced arm muscles. We want to be careful with Carl. Now, we have a Nachzerer here who really is in a very bad place, and that bad place is next to a body. That was bad. This is really risky. There we go. It's risky because... there we are. Here it comes. So again, I'd like to remind you, I'm not focusing on core gameplay mechanics so much in my description, because I'm sure that many of you watching are quite familiar with the way the game plays. For those of you who are not, please, let me know in the comment section. I will happily describe things. It's just that there are plenty of others who also have done that in the past. It's not the newest game, so we're going to shot at him and get that shield up, because that is dangerous and deadly. Being in combat means we can't shoot, so swap to a knife and knife him. That was rubbish. Okay, Carl, stay. Flail. Nope, it was not meant to be. Right, we just need to put this one down really fast. That wasn't fast enough. Can we at least end this one? Nope. Well, this is going to hurt then. Ooh. Okay. Well, now we have a serious issue on our hands, and that is we might lose a brother. Shield up, just to be on the safe side. You can come down around here. Shield up and just try to stay alive, because that is not a good health level when you've got a monster this dangerous nearby at this early stage of the game. Oh, hooray! Okay, don't die, don't die, people. That's great. Switch back to the crossbow. We can't load it because we don't have enough action points. We're kind of good. Actually, let's just hop to there to be on the safe side. And axe attacks. That was pathetic. Okay, okay. Well, it seems to be getting the hits in anyway. But we have a surprise coming. That was a pathetic surprise. Can't defend. Oh, this is bad. At least we've isolated the two Nachzerers, so they're a long way from each other, and this one is now fleeing. That's grand. It's really this one we're more concerned about. That was terrible. And yet he chose the healthiest target. I'm quite pleased. Oh, Carl is still got a badly injured arm. He's having a hard time coordinating his attacks. This is fine. Far struck well. Roderick, can you maybe finish off this beast? Yes, you can. Wenzel, if you could move to close and support your eyes, but not too much because you're heavy on fatigue and low on health. So don't be too enthusiastic. We have Bertolf here with a spear, and he's happy to oblige. All foes have now been defeated. We have 2 Nachzerer brains and 1 Nachzerer horn. Now we might be able to do something of that back at the what's it? Embalmers? No, it's not embalmer, is it? It's the taxidermist, of course. Hhowever, we also gained some levels. Now Carl has reached level 2. Now, things we need to know about Carl. He's got 2 stars here by melee skill, which means he should get some high numbers here from time to time. So there we go. Let's just keep raising that overall. He is going to need melee defense and ranged defense because he has a two-handed weapon, which means he's not going to use a shield. Not using a shield also means he's going to need the heaviest armor we have and a lot of health. Also, that 4 there is quite nice, but we're grabbing that health for now, and we're going to give him Colossus to give him even more health. Because he is going to be a major centre of attention when it comes to enemy attacks. Not having a shield means the enemies really like to focus on any frontline brother who's not using a shield. Right, Baldemar has a crossbow and he's not afraid to use it. Also, hey, we'll put that in there. And then we'll actually give him the initiative so that we can give him dodge next time. For now, we'll give him fast adaptation so that he can fire more accurately. So, fast adaptation is a stacking bonus to hit until he hits. So basically, if you miss, you get a better chance to hit on your next shot. And you retain that bonus to hit until you actually hit. So basically, with every shot, he's getting better, he's getting his eye in on his enemies, he's seeing where they are, and where, you know. Roderick has no talents at all. That too is actually quite good. We'll up this, we'll up that, and he might end up being a decent ranged character, or just having some, you know, javelins, like throwing spears, throwing axes. However, in that light, let's give him bags and belts so he has extra space to carry equipment. And we'll actually put these here just not to be on the safe side. He's not really good enough to use them very well yet. I mean, 54 is kind of good. 50 is kind of good for a ranged weapon. 40 something is a bit on the low side. Let us head back to town and see what we can do with these body parts, because we might be able to make something. Now, okay. You find Raymond of Hohenau nestled to his chair, holding a candle light close to a well-worn scroll. Oh, you got to be really careful doing that. He talks about looking up. My problem. Did you take care of it? You nod. I wouldn't be standing here if I hadn't. Actually, our captain had a slightly higher voice, didn't he? Oh well. Raymond of Hohenau tips a hand to a corner of his desk. Your payment? 530 gold crowns as agreed upon. We gain 530 gold crowns and Hohenau no longer has terrified villagers. Crowns well deserved. Can you make anything? No, you can't. That's okay. Now, you'll notice a lack of options here. As we gain the components to craft things, we will be given the options, and then they become available. It is a learning process. While it would be very nice to have one of these fine pieces of equipment, we just don't have the money. We could possibly scrape together enough for a basic male shirt at this point. Hubert, I don't think we need the extra brother right now, and he's a minor. We do have some money, so let's have a check. He has... brute, so he's going to be clumsy. Okay, got it. Let's head on along the road and see what we can find in Österstrand. Österstrand. Bit of a tricky one. Then again, it doesn't have the umlaut, so it would just be Osterstrand. Osterstrand. It's Osterstrand. Osterstrand would be simpler. So we have a barber where we can make our brothers. Oh my god, that is... I'm sorry, that is a terrible... I don't understand. That hairstyle looked bad in the 90s and nobody liked it then. Was it popular in medieval Germany? I don't know. Why do we have two skinheads? That's disturbing. That is really disturbing. I have to be careful about that. Oh, Rudolph, he's suffered a horrific incident. He's had his bollocks cut off, basically. And... he was a brave man. I don't know. I mean, they tend to be kind of not very brave anymore. You know, Kurt here, a trader. I don't know. I think for now, let's hold off. And for those would be nice, but they are expensive. Let's get a loaf of bread. That is an expensive loaf of bread. Let's not get a loaf of bread. Let's do one of these quests and then come back when the prices will be lower, then buy the bread. Maybe even both these quests. A man walks up to you and holds a scroll halfway between he and you. Should I be he and thee? My name is Witold, representative of Horik the Trademaster, and speaking on behalf of the good people of Osterstrand. We seek your services, mercenary. Well, I'm all ears. You find Horik the Trademaster reading a scroll. He throws the paper at you and asks you to read off the names. The handwriting is difficult, but not more so than the names themselves. You stop and apologize, stating you're not from these parts. The man nods and takes the scroll back. "'Tis all right, sellsword. If you're wondering, those are the names of men, women and children who have passed in the last week." Last week? There were a lot of names on that list. The man, seeming to read your mind, nods somberly. Aye, we were in a bad way. So many lives lost. We believe this to be the work of foul creatures, beasts beyond our ability to reason. Obviously, we'd like you to go and find and destroy them. Would you be interested in such a task, mercenary? Absolutely. He takes a deep breath. Very well, this is what I'm prepared to offer you. It's 90 crowns in advance and another 340 when the job is done. Getting some in advance is nice. It's also possibly an indicator of risk. Now, I don't like to haggle over the fee too much, so I will take the job. Let's go find out what could be causing these trouble. Oh, straight away, we are close. You stumble across a corpse in the grass. Ordinarily, the dead aren't that much of a surprise. There are people everywhere, so it's only a matter of time until you see a body here and there. Except this one has huge gash marks down its back, and there are organs missing. Wenzel Goodhand walks up. The organs are gone. Cause of wolves, or maybe even rabbits? What? You ain't even heard of a really hungry rabbit? He spits and chews on a fingernail. Anyway, the markings that ain't the work of no rabbit or hound or whatever. There's something larger, more dangerous. You thank the man for his astute observations and tell him to rejoin the ranks. We move on. Something tells me this may be direwolves. If it's not, we're in real trouble. As is customary, you assemble the men to explain the company's next steps. Brothers, the chieftains of yore must show the world we are forged of a hotter fire than other mercenary bands. As our reputation grows, so will the influx of coins to our coffers. Let us forge a path to greatness. What do you tell the men the company will do? We need a battle standard so that we're recognized from afar. Having one is costly, so we shall gather 2,000 gold crowns for this. That takes a lot of time and money. We shall get the company's strength back to 12 men. It will make us a formidable force again and will allow us to take on more profitable work. We shall set out into the wilderness, discover the unknown and plunder it, be it a wizard's tomb, goblin camp, or aught else we may find. Goblin camps are pretty nasty, no. Let's go for 12 men. It's slightly easier than some of the others. This one is very hard to do in the late game because you've discovered everything already. And you do have to discover it. The tracks lead this way. Ooh. Now, whatever it is, I hope we don't find them at night. Can't we do... Oh! Okay, run away, run away, run away! If we can flee them till dawn, but keep them on our tail, we may stand a bit of a... Come on! Okay, it's a dangerous game we're playing here. We have one crossbow and... Oh, look, we don't want the night penalties for night fighting, okay? Dawn, the sun rises! Adam! A few dire wolves. Okay. Oh! They are going right in there. Okay. Baldemar, shoot this one while it's distant. That's good. Roderick, shield up, and riposte just in case he manages to miss. Lothar, ready spear, raise shield. Wenzel, raise shield, and it was worth a try. Bertolf, shield up, spear out. And Carl, I know you're injured, buddy. Oh, this wolf. Yeah. This might be a prime example of why I said dire wolves this early in the game is very nasty. Okay. Shoot. That was terrible. Hack him apart, will you? Just please, just... Oh, okay. So we don't need to bother riposting. But getting that nice hit is good. Alright. Spear. Oh. Closing for outnumbering, ganging up bonuses. Oh, this is going to hurt so much. Oh, come on. Alright, we really need to start getting some damage on that wolf. There we go. Carl, if you could please get a hit in, that would be magnificent. Cut artery, yes, that means the wolf is bleeding. Can you... 37 is not good, okay. We are running out of energy to keep those shields high, that is bad. So in that case, let's just go very offensive. And hope the hit to morale of the wolves makes them fight less effectively. We could be losing Carl here. Or Wenzel. Yep. Oh, that is really bad news. So bad. Really, you were that close to exhaustion? Okay. Yeah, we might be losing 2 brothers here. And effective double-handed weapon wielders are hard to come by in the early game. Ooh. Wow. That was an amazing shot. Now just keep resting him because he's running low on energy. We may be finishing this one off very soon. There we go. Carl survived, but with a partially collapsed lung. Minus 40% fatigue, permanent. Well, I suppose we only got 1 wolf pelt. I suppose we can forget trying to get him heavy armor then. The beast slain, you order the men to take their pelts as evidence. Your employer, Horik the Trade Master, should be most happy to see them. Let's be done with this. We have crowns to collect. And they were hard earned. I tell you, the price we paid for those might not have been worth it at all. When you step in Horik the Trade Master's room, he recoils almost instantly. What in the hells of the gods is in your hand, sellsword? You hold up the nape of a pelt. Black blood ropes out from the neck and splatters the floor. One of the beasts you were looking for. If you need evidence of arrest, I've got those waiting outside. The man holds his hand up, saying you. 1 is sufficient for my belief. Very good work, sellsword. Your pay will be with Thorben, the councilman. You probably passed in the halls. He's got the ugly mug on him, and he'll be carrying the 340 crowns as promised. The man takes another look at the beast and then slowly shakes his head. May the dead and their survivors find peace in the passing of these foul creatures. We receive our pay, and Österstrand no longer has disappearing villagers. While the hunt was successful, one of our prime battle brothers has been permanently maimed. This is tragic. We may need to look into recruiting. You know what? We'll take the gelding. Night blind. Okay, he has bad night vision. I find that rather hard to improvise with. Personally, having reasonably good night vision, we will sell this because we just don't know what it is. Actually, we got a pretty good idea. The bread is cheaper, down from 113 to 109. Do we take the other job? I think that is a decision I will have to make in the next episode. And I'll look forward to seeing you all there. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!